When you get shoved, what comes out?
Hey!
Just like a cup spills what's inside, when we're riled up or something tough happens, we spill what's inside too. I can't believe this! Yeah? I don't like you either. This is taking so long. But under pressure, the good stuff can come out too. Okay, that really hurt, but I'm not gonna stay mad. Hey, let me give you a hand with that. I wonder why he said that. It would be great if you could just flip a switch and suddenly only wise, kind things come out when someone irritates you or makes you mad. But it doesn't usually work that way. Instead, the more time you spend with Jesus reading and listening and praying, the more you become like Jesus on the inside. You start to become more loving, joyful, peaceful, patient, kind, good, faithful, and gentle. And over time, when something makes you mad, hey! Could you play with that somewhere else, please? You can start to respond to others with forgiveness, to show care and concern. You can start to love others like Jesus. Then God can work through you to change the world around you. That's why loving like Jesus is an amazing way to worship God with your life. It's a way to praise Him with all of your heart. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Fire is hot and ice is cold.
Fire is hot and ice is cold.
I don't know, what can I say?
I don't know, what can I say?
The so-and-so show is today.
The so-and-so show is today.
Sound off.
1, 2.
Sound off.
3, 4.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man, that was fun.
Oh man, that was fun.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, ha ha, yeah, that's funny.
Okay, yeah, I get the joke.
Okay, yeah, I get the joke.
You can stop it now.
You can stop it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you quite finished now?
Are you quite finished now? John just left and slammed the door. Hello, everyone.
No!
John, we have a show to do right now.
I can't.
Okay, all right, so earlier today...
Don't say it. Don't say it.
John, we have to do
Don't
the show.
you dare. Don't you dare. No.
So, we just got back from a camp, and I told a story that apparently really scared John. I didn't think it was scary, but I don't know. I don't see how we're gonna get through the rest of the show.
Look, they could be coming back at any second, Brandon. Any second! Who knows what they're gonna take this time? Maybe it's not gonna be snacks. Maybe it's gonna be our precious
The
artifacts!
story is not real, John. I made it up.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Did you? Oh, okay. Brandon told this terrifying story. It's about a group of animal thieves, and it's the most terrifying animal ever. Squirrel? Ah! Did they come? Are we safe? Are all our artifacts safe?
John, this is getting ridiculous. You can't possibly be scared.
You can't be the judge of my internal emotional life!
It's not a scary story. I'll prove it. I'll tell them.
No.
I will, yes, I will. It was a bright and sunny day.
Ah, you see, it's terrifying!
It's not even a dark and stormy night.
Exactly! It would be so much better if it was a dark and stormy night. Squirrels that feel like they could strike in broad daylight? What are they not capable of?
Okay, here's the story. It was a bright and sunny day. Mortimer and Sebastian, a pair of squirrel bandits, were looking for their next big heist. They laid their eyes on a cabin of unsuspecting campers who had left their laundry on the floor and had snuck snacks in their bags. The squirrels waited until the campers left, and then they made their move. They took every sugary snack and every sock left on the floor. It's just a silly story to remind campers to pick up their laundry and not bring food into the cabin. That's it. Oh. They're adorable. What is going on now?
Shh! I think I hear something.
John, we have got to get on with the show.
Why did you tell me that terrifying
You
story?
have got to get over this unreasonable fear of squirrels.
Unreasonable fear of squirrels?
Yes.
Unreasonable fear of... Shh! I hear something. Oh, they're coming! Lenny! Okay, the thing about squirrels is they can be anywhere. Anywhere, I tell you. There could be one right there. There could be one right...
Hey, John.
Ow!
Oh, no, John, it's me. I was trying to help you overcome your fear. Hey, John, can you let me in, please?
No, not yet. They're coming. The bandits are coming.
No, John.
No.
It was me.
No, don't worry. Everything is safe. Okay. Brandon?
It was me. I was wearing a squirrel mask.
Why are you trying to terrify me?
I was trying to help you overcome your fear.
Well, it did not work.
Well, look, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not going to forgive you.
What have you done with everything on the set?
I took everything and threw it in a safe and threw away the key.
John!
Well, you're welcome. So,
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Kellen.
Oh, whoa. That set looks really sparse.
yeah, I'm protecting it from squirrel bandits.
Squirrel bandits?
Squirrels are terrifying.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not!
Why don't I tell today's Bible story?
Does it involve squirrels?
No.
Then take it away.
Okay. Our Bible story today comes from the book of John. Now, John wrote about Jesus and one of Jesus' disciples named Peter. But before we get into our story, I want to read a verse that comes from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 13. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you're holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. So it sounds like forgiveness is a really important thing. But if you've ever been hurt or angry at someone for something they've done, you know that forgiveness can be a really hard thing to do. I think that's one of the reasons Jesus showed us how to forgive when he was here.
And we'll hear about that forgiveness firsthand as we go behind the Bible.
All right, then let's go.
Jesus had gathered with his disciples to celebrate Passover, a traditional supper they would share with one another. But what the disciples didn't know was that this would be their last supper with Jesus.
Sometimes when we were with Jesus, he said things we didn't understand. That night at Passover, he said he was going somewhere we couldn't follow. I didn't know where he meant, but I was sure that I could go with him. I said, I will give my life for you. And Jesus was like, would you really? And this part he made very clear. He said, before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you don't know me. I was thinking, no way. There's no way.
when Jesus told Peter that Peter would deny knowing him, I'm sure Peter had a hard time believing it. Because in his mind, he would never hurt his friend and teacher like that. And that's true for a lot of us. We don't plan in advance to hurt people that we care about. But sometimes, when we get caught up in the moment, we do and we say things that we wish we could take back.
And that's what happened to Peter. After dinner, Jesus was betrayed by his disciple Judas, and he was placed under arrest. Many of Jesus' disciples ran away, but Peter and another disciple followed after the soldiers into the courtyard of the high priest, where Jesus was being questioned.
We were in the courtyard. It was cold, and I remember there was a fire. Jesus was with the high priest, and me and Peter were just trying to lay low. After what had just happened, we were scared. Someone asked Peter if he was Jesus' disciple, and he said no. And then someone else asked him again, and he said no again. We all heard at supper what Jesus said. That Peter would say he didn't know Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed. And then it happened. A third person asked Peter if he knew Jesus, and he said no. And then
The rooster crowed.
Many of you know what happened next in the story. Jesus was sentenced to death and died on a cross. But then, 3 days later, Jesus came back from the dead. His disciples were amazed.
But Peter still remembered the 3 times he had denied knowing Jesus. Some time later, Peter and some other disciples were out on a boat fishing when they saw a man standing on the distant shore.
we'd been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything. And we see this guy on the shore and he's like, "Friends, don't you have any fish?" We're like, "No." So he says, "Throw your nets on the other side." It sounded a little unusual, but we did it. And it worked. We caught so many fish, the net was so heavy. And that's when I knew who the person on the beach was. It was Jesus.
When John told me it was Jesus, I jumped into the water and just swam to shore. I had to see Jesus. The others followed after me in the boat, and when they got to shore with 153 fish we'd caught, we had breakfast with Jesus. After that, Jesus took me aside from the others.
I know Peter must have felt bad about what had happened, about denying Jesus. And when Jesus walked away with him, I wondered what they were talking about. I could tell from Peter's face Jesus was saying something important.
So Jesus asked me if I loved him, and I said, "Yes, you know I do." And then he said, "Feed my lambs." And then he asked me again if I loved him, and I said, "Yes, you know I love you." Jesus told me to take care of his sheep. Then one more time, Jesus asked, "Do you love me?" And I felt bad. I had denied knowing him 3 times. He asked me if I loved him 3 times. I said, "Lord, you know everything. You know I love you." And he said, "Feed my sheep." And I don't know if it came to me in the moment or if I realized later on, but when Jesus told me to take care of his sheep, he wasn't talking about actual sheep. He meant the people who followed him. He was telling me to take care of those people. And he trusted me to do that. That's how I knew he'd forgiven me.
Soon after, Jesus would ascend to heaven, and Peter would lead the early church as they spread the good news about Jesus' love and forgiveness to the world. This has been Behind the Bible.
Peter felt what it was like to be forgiven by Jesus. When Jesus died on the cross for the sins of the world, Jesus gave us the ultimate example of forgiveness. And if we want to live and love like Jesus, we should choose to forgive. Let's see that verse from Colossians one more time. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. Back to you guys.
Wow. I mean, I can't believe Peter pretended not to know Jesus.
Yeah, it must have been hard for Jesus to forgive Peter.
Yeah. Why is it so hard to forgive?
Hey, let's ask them. Reveal the question. Oh, what makes it hard to forgive?
Ooh, you know what? Maybe you're worried you'll be hurt again if you forgive someone and it's easier to just stay mad.
Yeah, it could be that you think if you forgive someone, it feels like saying what they did was okay.
Oh, that's true. But just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you approve of what they did.
Yeah, you can forgive someone, but it sometimes means they have to earn your trust back, and that's okay.
Well, you know, maybe you have a fear of a small animal that the general public considers cute and adorable, and your friend tells a story that maybe some people would think is funny, but it terrifies you, and he doesn't really listen, and it hurts you deep down, and when he apologizes, you're too hurt to forgive him.
Yeah. I can see how that might be hard. Look, I really am sorry that I kept going with the squirrel stuff. Even after you told me you were afraid, I should have listened to you.
I forgive you. Hey, you know, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It feels good to forgive, and it feels good to be forgiven.
Yeah, but it can be hard.
Yeah, so talk about it with each other. What makes it hard to forgive?
Yeah, we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show.
Hey, where did you put the key?
Can you help me look for it? I like people who are nice.
I like people who are nice.
And I like baked potatoes twice.
I like baked potatoes twice.
Rolling chairs are made of wood.
Rolling chairs are made of wood.
I want food that tastes good.
I want food that tastes good.
I'm a silly dodo bird. I said, I'm a silly dodo bird. Now I guess it's over.
Now I guess it's over.
You spoke one word and the dark became light. I believe it, yeah. You spoke my name and my heart came to life. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it. I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. You're all I need every day in my life. I believe it, yeah. You're all I need, always here by my side. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it.